All right, we're about to get into the crazy, man. Should I walk the back way or go right through the crowd? You say? Yeah, let's do it. Want to see what they're selling? Let's get a little closer, right? You guys see anything you like? Let me know. Maybe I'll buy it for you. Maybe I won't. I don't know. Most likely I won't. The knife tent is always busy. And for everybody watching, I'm not staring into my phone, so if you're commenting, I can't particularly see it. I kind of got to watch where I'm going, but I will stop periodically. If anybody has any questions or wants me to go back to a tent and show them anything, we'll do that.
All right, look. So we're gonna be at the service tomorrow at 10:30. We're gonna be giving away. You got to be there to win, but we're giving away that Hyperlight pack.
Hoka shoes. What's that? You guys want to see what's for lunch? I'm not eating yet, but let's go check it out. Smoothies, blended peddler. Delicious, highly recommended. I've never seen this one before. Boba tea and Mountain Dew boba. Is there anything that screams hiker trash more than Mountain Dew boba? I think not. What do you think? Long line here. I'm assuming it's for the banana pudding funnel cake. Or the drinks. Just the drinks. Lemonade. Funnel cakes aplenty. Ice cream. There will be a band here again in a minute. There was one when I got here playing ska. Oh my god, a basset hound. Oh, hello. We are going to go this way for just a second so I can set Kelsey there right next to the trash can. Take a minute, plug myself in, gather my thoughts, make sure we have no more technical difficulties. Got a battery backup, so we should be able to go for a little while here. Not sure if I'll get copyright strikes for the music, but it could be fun. If so, I'll let them take all the monetization, of which there is absolutely none. I don't even know if you guys can hear me because it's so loud, but I'm gonna shut up and just let you enjoy this. Yeah, we're gonna take the road instead of the trail. Every other time of the year, Damascus is a super cute little town. Super cute, tucked in the, I was gonna say the northeast corner of Tennessee, but we're technically in Virginia. Just barely, but we are in Virginia. South of Abingdon, if that means anything to you. Tiny little mountain village. We like quadruple the population of this town on trail days. Maybe even more than that. I think it's like 1,200 people and then like thousands show up. So don't get me on math, but it's a lot. Let's go. Let's get back into the fray. There is no language filter on this. What you hear is what you get. Sorry about that, but we get a lot of people around. There you go. Scan a QR code, guys. Try to win a custom quilt. Enlightened Equipment makes awesome gear, by the way. So light and fluffy.
Yeah, of course. I'd love to hear. It's okay.
I think I have to, guys. Right? I mean, 4th of July coming up, Memorial Day coming up. Yeah. And this is an outfitter, if you're wondering. But they get a lifetime guarantee. If y'all know Darn Tough, you know Darn Tough. So let's do that. I don't know if my wife is watching my live feed, but I probably shouldn't show the prices on things I buy. I may get a text. Alright, I'll tell you what, I will come back for those when we're not live, because I don't know how to buy stuff and still hold a phone. So we will do that in a bit when I'm done with y'all, but we are not done yet. We've got a lot to show you. Nemo, I found him. Found Nemo. Nemo makes sense. Oh, that's sexy. Look at that. Hornet Elite Osmo. I bet it's nice and cheap too, right? Like $1 or $2. Nah. Oh, look, another QR code. Guys, scan it.
So I stopped by yesterday.
Want. I'm not a beggar, but if there's anybody watching in a giving mood, look at that. Look how nice that looks. I'm sorry, I feel an obligation to do it every time I see Life Straw or water containers to rip off the water boy and say that it's some high quality H2O. You knew that was coming, didn't you? I think you did. All right, let's get away from me. Let's keep moving.
We're gonna be having like all right, thank you.
Is Spud's not the best logo ever? Yeah, that's awesome. And you know I gotta check out the Good To Go guys. They make that food in Maine. I have a review of the Cuban rice bowl on my Moonshine and Marshmallows gear review channel. You can actually find a link to that channel down in the description of this live video. And it's not too far down there. I've not put up as many videos as I'd like, as I've been way too busy. But their food is fantastic. I've got a pad thai back at the house that I may need to dig into. And they have actually started doing cold hydrated foods. Oh, there goes their banner. They do a cold hydrated food where you don't need hot water. They've got like cucumber chaat. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I think it's like an Indian dish or a Mediterranean, or I don't know. I'm not a worldly guy, but they make awesome foods. Let's see if they have it so you can at least see what it is. How's it going? Good. Okay, if I film live? All right. He said I can film him live, YouTube.
Yeah.
And this is the stuff I was talking about, guys. Look at that cool water. They make the best tasting stuff I've ever had. It's like a real chef in a kitchen making this stuff. And it's fantastic. And they keep me fat even when I'm moving, which is not a bad problem to have. All right, let's keep moving. I don't want to take all this time. Look at these bivvies. That is an awesome way to camp. Although I would feel claustrophobic being a fatty in there. Yes, I said it, okay? It is what it is.
I need all that to work. Is this going on for 7 days? Because I'm going at the same time now, and that's way down there. I can't.
Down shirts, they make all the awesome, cool swag that you see the hikers wearing when you watch the YouTubes. Like this right here. And this right here. And all those. I like that little lizard one. Chameleon or salamander or whatever it is. That one looks like a topographical map. Smart for hiking. Look at that. Oh, I love that print. Kind of a Hawaiian shirt style right there. You can go hiking or you can go to a luau. Or you can take a trip to Florida and fit right in. I was just there. Everybody was wearing shirts that looked like that, but probably not as good a quality. Tommy Bahama. Hyperlight mountain gear. Ultra, great shoes. But since we're talking shoes, let's zoom down real quick. Let's look at that. I'm wearing Keens and a pair of darn tough socks. In case anybody cares, I'm a Keens fanboy. always. So, a great event to bring your pooch. Pooches aplenty. If you're dog people, a dog person, a dog, I don't know, people in person should kind of cover up everybody that I'm talking to. If you're not a person, thanks for watching, man. Or woman, or Zorb, the alien entity. I'm on a tangent, man. I need to find some lunch and something to drink soon. But first, let's get through here. Let's check everything out. Landmark Project. Black Diamond. Trucking poles and outfitter gear. Bags. Farm to Feet. I love my Farm to Feet socks. Highly recommended. They have a sock sale, $10, cash only. So, let's see what they have in their bins. See, I already know how this works from the last few years. You come around here.
I went over looking for you at the site.
And there's sock bins. Check my wallet, make sure I haven't been pickpocketed. Just kidding. Nobody does that here. Everybody's awesome. Let's get my men's small, my size 5 feet. No, I'm just kidding. There's a line. Let's go look at the river while we're waiting on the line. You guys want to see the river? Like I said earlier, we've gotten a hell of a bunch of rain. So it's gone crazy. Tell me you're in Damascus without telling me you're in Damascus. That is a permanent sign. That's not just here for the event. That says no camping. And trust me, they mean it. You could probably camp there. Shh, don't tell anyone. There's plenty of places to camp if you have to. Alright, let's go get some socks. Oh, we're in the lane of travel. I'm gonna get run over. What do you guys think?
Oh, no, you're totally fine.
Pardon my reach. Thank you. Can I take some socks off of you? Yeah, just 2 pair?
You need 2 pair?
Yeah.
$20.
I got $20. Don't mind me. I'm gonna tip them down. They can look at socks while we conduct this transaction. No, you know what? Better yet, let them look at me upside down. I don't know what that looks like, but.
Oh, yeah.
I know there's $20 in there. I just put it in.
See it. Perfect.
I've been having too much fun today.
Okay, that's what you're supposed to be here for.
It's true, too. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, hopefully I didn't make anybody dizzy. I got socks. 2 pair, $20. Now, if you're a Walmart sock person, that sounds expensive to you. These are regularly like $22 each. Well, per pair. It's not like 11 each. 22 per pair. Nobody buys socks by the each. But the $10 is a great price for them. And they will last. And they have great warranties. Sea to Summit, great sleep systems. Look how comfortable everybody looks. Look, you can nestle right in there with someone you love. And we may or may not have some issues here. I just got a message that the phone needs to cool down. So I'm going to unplug it. That usually seems to do the trick. And dim my own screen. But if I get disconnected from you, I'll pop. Alright, we are back on the original camera. Oh, it took the case off. I started another live. But obviously I'm going to try to stick here if I can. Because this is a cool place to be. I've never heard of Sam Bob before. They're in Portland, Maine. Colorful stuff. So if you need to be helicoptered off the trail, you can be seen if you fall down a mountain. Oh, that's my sarcastic take, guys. I like the, I don't know if that's the, that must be the logo because it's right there. I like the little owls. That's kind of cool. All right, my wife said she wants a pair of socks too, so I'm back.
Right, welcome back.
My wife said she wants socks. I got the text message. I don't know if the internet should know what size feet my wife has. This could be.
It's okay. We can hide it. We can hide
You know how the internet works. Let's do a pair of those too.
All right, $10.
$10. I can remember where this wallet went.
Tell the internet where your wallet's at too.
Sorry, internet, you're going upside down again for a minute there. Thanks again. All right, how's that for a reveal? I pulled you out of a pile of socks. Now I've got an armful. I've got a camera in one hand, a wallet that I'm shoving money back into, a pile of socks, pockets full of phones and batteries and cameras. Almost makes you think I should have brought a backpack, huh? Why would I do something silly like that? Wonder if they want a new sponsor. I could use something to carry my socks. Just kidding, guys. Just kidding. All right, we're kind of back to where we started with before we lost footage. So I'm gonna walk. Oh no, I'm not gonna walk through that way. There's more giveaways. You can always tell when something's being given away by the crowd. I can't tell what they're saying, but I know I'm not sure I want to be a part of that crowd. Oh, they're just giving out names, I guess, for prize winners. But look at all the people here to win stuff. There's AJ with his yellow hat. AJ didn't get there in time. We're not going through that crowd, though.
You might as well just stand right there. Oh my goodness. That's okay.
So, I do want to take a quick minute. Oh, look, Far Out. I missed them the first time. If you're hiking, you know about Far Out. They've got an app, and you can get maps and communication and information and everything you need to know so you know where you're going. We are in a much different world than we were when people first started hiking the Appalachian Trail, are we not? You know, I want to give people a little bit of grief about needing to be in their phones for their hikes, but here I am walking around Trail Days doing the exact same thing. I'll tell you what is not lost on me here at Trail Days is the concept that hikers, one of the best parts about hiking, for me anyway, when I get out, is to get away from people. I like hiking so I can be out in the woods by myself or with a select group of loved ones. But here we are on Trail Days, celebrating hiking in the hiking community, and we are full of people. Everybody in the world has come out for trail days. We're gonna see if maybe there's a shade tree or something I can tuck under soon. Like I said, it's not too hot here. I won't film the playground, that's people's kids. It's not too hot here, but the sun is beating down. There's no cloud cover at all. Let's enjoy the river for a minute. Seriously, if you've never been to Trail Days, it's a really, really cool event. And if you've never been to Damascus and you're not into Trail Days or hiking, don't come during this weekend. Come any other time of the year. Spend some money here. They got nailed by Hurricane Helene. So everybody, all the businesses here would love a few of your pennies. There's some good stuff for you to have. Good stuff to buy. Some great outfitters. Damascus outfitters. Adventure Damascus. Great companies. I actually have a video where I came here maybe 2 or 3 months ago and kind of walked to Damascus while it was empty. Checked out Riverfront Park, I think is the name of it, and a couple of the outfitters, and grabbed a bite to eat. I had a cheesesteak hamburger, which was divine. So, if you want to see Damascus when it's not crazy, you can certainly pop on my channel and check that out. Yes, a little shameless self-promotion never hurt anybody. I can't wait to see what my step counts look like when this is all done. Because I know I am putting on some miles today. Not a bad thing. I could definitely use it. We got an auction going on. That's all I hear. You guys hear it? Let's go check it out. See what's... What are we...
50, 60, you're out. 50, 60. 50 now, 60 now. 50, 60. 50, 60, Ben. 50 now, 60. Add it up. Come on. 50, 60. 50, Ben now, 60 now. 50, 60. 50, 60 to Ben. 50, Ben now, 60 now. 50 now, 60 now. 50, 60. 50 now, 60 now. 50 now, 50, 60. So, $50, you got one. How many years does
We're going to show you the guy doing this.
She's doing her paperwork coming on.
I thought it was a dude holding stuff up, but nah, the auctioneer's on stage. These are box lots.
All right, box 5. Hiking shirt, Purple Rain.
Purple Rain hiking shirt.
Quick dry towel set.
A cap, a quick dry towel set, and a hiking skirt.
Purple Rain. Trek HU cap, quick dry towel set, and a carabiner-like kit. Total value, $174.
$174 value, he says. Let's look at this.
All right, put it on money. Let's go down here now. 200 now. 100 bad. $50 on.
There's the items being held up.
The hard way. $30 bid. 30, 40, 49, 50, 40, 58, you're out. 40, 50, 49, 50 now. 40, 50 now. 60, 50, 60 bid, you're out. 50, 60. 50 now, 60 now, 50, 60, 50, 60 to bid, 50 now, 60 now, 68, 50, 60, 50, 60, 50 now, 60 now, 50 now, 60 now, 50, 60, 50 now, 60 now, 50 now, 60 now, 50, 60, 50, 60 bid, 50 now, 60 now, 50 now, 60. So, $50 you got it. Come on down. He's right there in front of you, Casey. He's right there. Get that name down. We'll move on.
That was $170 worth of hiking gear for $60. That is how you do it. I'm gonna go throw some stuff in the car, and we will be right. Well, I'm gonna keep filming. This is a mess. I know it's bouncy and I'm all over the place, but bouncing all over the place is kind of how I do things anyway. So, I'm gonna throw my socks in the car, free up a hand so I can carry beverages or snacks or something fun. I actually got a good parking spot, and I'm not gonna lie, I may or may not have had to pay for it. There's a lot of free parking around here, but it's further away, and things are absolutely nutty around here right now. So I paid a few bucks to park close. Yeah, it happens. And no, it was not a church donation, which a lot of the churches do that. Oh, lost you for a minute. Oh, lost you for a minute there. Anyway, don't mind me. Just gotta throw some stuff in the car. Yes, it's a mess. This is what happens when I decide I'm gonna film, is everything becomes a mess. Throw some socks down in the center cubby. What is this? Paperwork, trash, receipts. You know, bringing receipts into this. Lint rollers because I gotta look sexy for the camp. No, I'm just kidding. That's just something that stays in the car for work. Yeah, that's I'm filming the inside of my car right now. Is that not the most exciting, riveting thing you've ever seen? That's definitely why you clicked on this link. Hi, look at that sexy beast. Hi. Okay, seriously. Anyway, like I was saying, private property. This was packed when I pulled in here because literally, I mean, you can see the vendor village is right there across the street. But this is private property, and they were just charging people to park here. So they're making a few bucks this weekend, that's for sure. Take a few sips of a warm Diet Coke, lock my car up, and we'll go back through. Maybe I'll walk downtown. I kind of showed you the village. I'm assuming you're able to rewind if you just kind of joined us and haven't seen it. I don't know. If you have not looked at my channel, you've seen that live videos are not something I do regularly. I think this is just my second successful one. And I say that because I'm 46 years old and I'm at the right age where I can figure out how to fire up a video live and use technology. But I'm also old, so my eyes suck and I can't see what's happening, and I'm stubborn enough where I might miss something, like accidentally keep it on private instead of public so that nobody can watch it. These are things that may or may not have happened already. I'm gonna tuck my battery charger and my cables back into my pocket. I did come prepared with extra backup batteries, but they just seem to cause this to overheat charging in the sun. So you can't see it because I'm not going to show you me just shoving stuff in my pockets, as riveting as that is for content. We'll just keep moving. I bet everything's back where it belongs. So because I'm not plugged into battery, I don't know if this will stay. Well, I can't see my battery life, so I have no idea how much I'm eating up here. So basically, when this dies, I will wrap this up. I gotta tell you, the police in Damascus, Washington County Sheriff's Department, that's Washington County, Virginia, and the police have been so nice. No matter what your perception of police is, I know it can be polarizing one way or the other. My dad was a cop, and I've seen both sides of it, so I totally get it. My mom was a cop too. So, you know, I know they can definitely be mean. Not my parents, police in general, and of course my parents, but it's also because they love us. My parents, not police in general. And now I'm just rambling, but the cops here are awesome. They seem to really love working this event, which is nice. It doesn't seem like work to them. It's just, I mean, I know they're getting paid, but they're friendly and they're part of the community here. And that's a small town. That's a small town. So they also seem to let a lot of stuff go, because I tell you, at least 10 times now I've smelled a funky smell in the air that could only be what my neighbor used to call Indian cigarettes. I don't know if that's appropriate to say, but that's what she used to call them. And I've smelled those, and the police just don't seem to be focused on anything other than making sure that everybody has a good time safely. So I've not seen anybody get dragged out of here. Of course, the hiker community in general is are nice guys, nice girls, nice people. Hikers are awesome. There's a sense of community here, which is great. Me, I'm just a day hiker and a YouTuber. So I can't say that these are like my people. These are like my people adjacent. And they're just awesome. Great community, great people. They'll bump into you and apologize and then laugh about it or whatever. There's no rudeness, no egos, no attitudes. Not like the last rock concert I went to where everybody was screaming at everybody and looking for a fight. None of that here. All good, happy karma. Alright, that Diet Coke is gone. It was warm anyway. As to be expected from drinks sitting in my pocket for hours. But we're going to keep moving. Find an appropriate trash can. And jump right back into this crowd. $100 on it. Look what you getting, $150 bids, okay. 50 now, 50 now, nobody go, nobody get it, nobody go, 50, 60, 50, 60 now, 70, 60, you're out, 70 bid, 60, 70, 60 bid now, 70 out, nobody go, 70 down, 80, 80 now, 90 share, 80, 90 down, 100, 90 now, 100 out, nobody get 90, 100 out, nobody get 90, nobody get 90, nobody get 90 out, 100, 90, 100 bid, 90 now, 100 out, nobody go, 100 out, nobody get 90, 100, 90 bid now, 100 out, nobody get 90, 100 out, nobody get 90, nobody get 90, nobody go 100. So $90, come on down, they can pay more. Appreciate you there. All right. Sure we go. That being said, up number 11. A little bit of a traffic jam there. Oh, pardon me, sorry. Okay, so I'm learning how to walk today a little bit, but anyway, we're gonna go back through here. Oh, first, sing it with me, YouTube. See, I had to hit the 70s sound. All right, let's get away before we get a copyright strike for... All right, who sings the original? Is that Boston? Darling, when I think about you. Am I singing the right song? Is that what he was doing? I think about love. Yeah. What's that? Don't quit my day job? Don't quit my... Okay, yeah, no, I appreciate that. Guys, I'm trying to quit my day job. I love working 60 to 70 hours a week, man. My day job is awesome. And if you've picked up on sarcasm, I appreciate that. And if you did not, yeah, no, I have a day job, and just like everybody else with a job. Good days and bad days. But that's not why we're here. More sweet dogs. It's a bushwhacker from New Hampshire. Oh. I saw the bushwhacker from my native New Hampshire. Yes, I was born and raised and spent the first 17 years of my life living in New Hampshire. Only to realize that it is New Hampshire gift. If you know, you know. She's a hiker. She's on the AT a few times. Check her out. Great videos, great content, really shows it. Folks, if you bring your dog, clean up after them. That's just rude. We're gonna go to town. Oh. I am not a fan of those pop-up tents. Have you ever tried folding those things back up? It's miserable work. All right. We're gonna go back through. Oh, I haven't been down over on this side yet, so let's go there. I don't know who's over here. Hiker yearbook. Little tents. Little tents. Damascus is super cute, by the way. If you've not been here or seen it, look at that. Look at that. Happy trails. That's what I say when I sign off my normal videos. I thank you for watching. Encourage you to subscribe and like. And then I say, happy trails! And I tip my hat. We're not going to do that just yet, but I will encourage you to like and subscribe if you want. Not going to break my heart if you don't. But if you do, it will definitely make my day. And it costs you absolutely nothing. I'm like a free sample. Better than half of what you get at Costco, too. Hiking, camping, and eating my way through Northeast Tennessee and beyond is kind of my shtick. Food reviews, hiking, camping. I also have an outdoor gear. Let's wait. Let's wait for the ambulance. You hate to see that. Look at this view. There's like a postcard right here. Right? Gorgeous. Look at some of this architecture. Look at that house. Oh my God. What style is that? Is that a Queen Anne Victorian? I don't know. Maybe I do know. Downtown Damascus. Now that the hiker parade is over. Yes, I missed it. For those of you that tuned in for the hiker parade at 2, we had some technical difficulties. Most likely me just being a moron and doing something wrong on the phone that did not make it happen. I do have the footage saved, so I will throw the hiker parade up sometime tonight when I have a better cell signal.
Well, he's going to be over there.
And I hate that I missed it. Well, I mean, I got it, but I hate that I missed it for you guys.
How y'all doing?
It's a super cute town, isn't it? There's not much to it. Here, let me show you the map. That's it. That's pretty much Damascus right there. I mean, some people live like over here and over here. Up the map just cuts off because they don't want to show you anything other than the touristy stuff. I mean, no reason to show you private residences anyway. But look, it's a I-81 exit 29. So if you're coming down Interstate 81 through Virginia, you can pop off at exit 29. Come check out Damascus. Virginia Creeper Trail cuts through. That trail was devastated by Helene, is being rebuilt. It's mostly open. There's a few shortcuts, or at least last I looked there were a few shortcuts, but it's mostly open. Check it out down here. A small town, but look at everything there is. There's all these parks and centers and buildings and public offices, dining and beverages, goods and services, biking outfitters, biking and hiking outfitters, lodging, and oh my God, I make fun of people that have to point when they read, and here I am touching things and getting it wrong. So karma's coming back to me. Let's kind of walk through. Super cute little fire department. We're gonna cross the street in a minute here. When I was a kid, these yellow-green fire trucks used to creep me out. I don't know why. They were just so weird to look at. Fire trucks are supposed to be red, right? Damascus Town Hall. That's it. That's it. That's Town Hall. That's where all the town business gets done. We should check out the Damascus Diner. Yeah, they just reopened like a month ago. They were flooded bad. By the way, we're actually on the Appalachian Trail right now. See? Appalachian Trail. This is it. It cuts right through the heart of town. Trail Town, USA. We saw that when we started this. But this is it. We are on the AT. Cutting through town. I'm just going to go right here. I'm not going to go in any shops. There's Damascus Outfitters right there. Fantastic place to get some stuff. But it's one thing to be in public, broadcasting live. It's a completely different thing to, let's go this way. Let me show you something. It's a completely different thing to walk into a private business, just running the camera and expecting them to cater to me. Be like, hey, I'm a YouTuber. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm honestly surprised I've done as much talking as I have during this. Sorry about that. Because I don't really love the attention I get talking in public. If you don't know, there's Boots Off Hostel, Hampton, Tennessee. Here's a funny little story for you. I spent 27 years of my life, 1996, 2000, living in Southwest Florida in the 239 area code. And the owners of Boots Off are from my neck of the woods down in South Florida on the Gulf Coast. So now you know. We were down there last week, actually. We took a trip. I've got a video to throw together about my time in Naples, Florida. It's just kind of an overview. We were there for 8 days, mostly visiting family and going to the beaches. So I just kind of do like a quick boom, boom, boom type vlog and a tour of our VRBO. But that'll be up sometime in the next week. Like I said, Northeast Tennessee and beyond. Check out this cute little post office right here. You need your resupply boxes mailed to you. That's where you're picking them up. Here's the old mill right here. We're gonna cross the street, look both ways, don't get run over. Laurel Creek Trail runs to the right here. But we can go right to the river. This flooded bad during Helene. Look at these cute little signs. Trail Days. So this river flooded bad during Helene, and they've done a lot of work here. But this is kind of iconic, and we got a lot of rain. You can see it's still kind of higher than it comfortably should be. But look at that. That's kind of iconic. A lot of people, through hikers, will post that when they hit their Damascus day. You see it a lot. It's beautiful. The water's brown because of all the rain we've had. It washes that sediment right in. When we have gone maybe a week with no rain, that water kind of blue-greens up a little, and it's absolutely gorgeous. But we're going to walk back, see what type of tents we have outside the ATC, the Appalachian Trail Conservancy office here in town. And then we're going to go back through Vendor Village, probably just road walk that instead of cut through the crowd. And we're going to go towards Tent Village so I can show you that. Big scare last night at Tent Village. If you guys didn't see or hear about it, we had nasty weather roll through here yesterday. This was on the southern end of the storms that tore through Kentucky, and there were fears of a mass casualty event at the Tent Village because the wind had blown a bunch of tents all over the place. It picked up badly. They had EMS responding from 4 or 5 different jurisdictions, expecting people to be injured, possibly worse. And I don't know if it's divine intervention or just coincidence and luck. I'll leave that up to you. But there were 0 casualties, and by that I mean not even a single injury, which is phenomenal given what these storms were producing. There's speckled trout. We've seen them before in well, I want to say not Banner Elk, Blowing Rock. There's a speckled trout there, North Carolina. But here's the Appalachian Trail Conservancy building. Very nice building. Check this out. This railing right here is the Appalachian Trail. You see that? It's all the peaks and valleys of the Appalachian Trail in order from Georgia, Springer Mountain, right, where's my finger, right there, all the way to Katahdin, Maine. So if you're wondering what it looks like in a topographical kind of way, those are all the mountain peaks carved in here, ending right there, Baxter State Park, Katahdin, Maine. So you don't have to walk the whole Appalachian Trail. You can literally just walk along this deck and say you've done the whole thing. And nobody will be any wiser. They might be a little wiser. But that's pretty cool. Let's see what we've got here.
So Dakota from ATC says 800 and her number is low. Does this side have any thoughts? He says 1,100, that is within 100 bears. We estimate from the data we have about 1,000 bears a year in the U.S. are euthanized for accessing human food. So, let's see if you can do it.
All right, this is Bear Vault.
All right, let's bring it in 2 steps. Let's get real close now.
If you don't know, they make awesome
All right.
canisters. See them on the
Here we
table.
go.
Keep bears out of your food.
All right. There you go. All right. Let's do a non-ATC question. What is the southernmost state in the United States where you can see a wild grizzly bear?
Grizzly bear. Anybody know
Which
that?
one?
Throw it up in the comments.
Yeah.
What do you think? Where can I see a grizzly bear? Southernmost United State. I'm gonna guess California.
The last grizzly bear in California was killed in about 1927 or so. So,
I was
even
wrong.
though it is on the state flag shows a grizzly bear, but there are no longer any wild grizzly bears. They've been entirely extirpated. Any thoughts from this side? Washington occasionally has some bears wander in, but there's actually a state further south. It also starts with a W. Wyoming. All right, let's see a toss.
I learned something new today. Wyoming
Hey!
is the southernmost state
All right.
with grizzly bears.
All right.
Here you go. If you want to, here's the address if you ever want to send them a letter. Damascus Trail Center, West Laurel Ave. This is one of my favorite murals. I'm going to show you right over the sign. That building right there. How pretty that is. Oh, it's so pretty. All right, if you were with me when I put stuff back in my car, you'll have noticed that it was a Honda Passport. I wish Honda would make the Element again. I know, it's a toaster on wheels, but seriously, that was like one of the most versatile hiking, camping type cars on the planet. And it still looks better than the Pontiac Aztek did. Damascus History Tour sign number 11. What are we looking at here? Just Main Street. Main Street, Damascus, where we just walked. I thought it was going to be something cool about this house. I don't know what it is, man. I love this house. I don't know how it shows up here, but you've got like the, kind of like the greeny, like the green colored shingle accents on the yellow house. Could use a little bit of work, and I'm not a big fan of that screen door that goes out to the roof of the porch. Definitely want to keep that locked for the kids, but Damascus, folks. What's that, the mountains? Okay. The mountains of Damascus. Laurel Avenue, which is what some people would call Main Street. It is not Main Street, it is Laurel Avenue. Same concept. Look how beautiful this is. Like, seriously. We are right in the heart of Damascus. And we could be out in the middle of the woods. But no. We're just standing on a bridge. We're going to take advantage of the traffic in a minute here. Nope, we're not. We're going to cross over, but we're going to do it safely. Look at that. Virginia Birding and Wildlife Trail. If you are into birds, and I honestly think every human being becomes a bird fanatic once they hit maybe 40 years old, that's when the feeders start going up in your backyard, and you're like, did you know we have pileated woodpeckers in our neighborhood? 40. Is that about right? That's when we do that? Yeah, I thought so. You know you do it too. It's okay. No judgment. I'm a bird fan. We got feeders. They eat better than I do some days. Definitely today. I've not had a bite to eat yet. I'm going to take advantage and jaywalk real quick back into the vendor village. Oh, don't forget we're in Virginia, so they want to remind you taxes are due. Not like they're not due everywhere else in the world, but Virginia, despite being kind of important in the formation and foundation of this nation, does love taking their taxes out of you, which is why we live in Tennessee. Virginia Creeper Trail, Trail Town, USA. Going back this way, but I'm gonna cut off and go this way. We're gonna head towards Tent City. I think I might have said Tent Village earlier. It's Tent City, and whatever else is in the area. Bless you. Little dog is sneezing when I walk by. The auction is still going strong, guys.
All right, up 26. All right, put it down. Let's go. All right, now 200 now. Everybody good. Everybody good. Everybody good. Everybody 100 bid. 100 bid. 100 now. $50 on it. 50.
That sounds like nonsense to me. This guy right here. This is trees, guys. I'm live on YouTube. Is that okay?
5 seconds to go to this man. Some man paid for my Red Bull and a pack of cigarettes and I almost fucking cried.
Okay, cool.
See that? He almost cried.
Hey everybody, first time doing it. Class
Yeah.
of 2025. In love with the trail. It's completely magical because of people like this guy.
Aw, appreciate it, man.
Amen,
Thank
brother.
you.
Thank you again from the bottom of my heart. Let me
No, of course.
Airhead.
Oh no. I'm trying to stay candy free. I'm trying to.
Well, I'll eat these in your honor.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. Happy Trail Days.
Absolutely, and I'll be following you on Facebook so I can see you hit Katahdin, man.
Send me that video.
All right, will do. That is through hiker trees. When I first got here, I ran into a gas station for that Diet Coke I'd mentioned, and we got to talking. And I threw a little trail magic his way, which is actually only the second trail magic I've done this year. We gave 2 hikers a ride back from Newfound Gap in the Smokies right before they shut down the roadway. I live about 2 hours east of the Smokies, so we still go there for vacation. That's kind of when you live in Tennessee, you vacation in Tennessee. It's weird how that happens, but we're in a small town with not a whole lot happening, so it's nice to go find some food. I also like the Smoky Mountains Cuban Cafe. One thing I do miss about my 27 years living in Florida is access to Cuban and solid Latino food. I don't want to knock Mountain Mexican, but I think by calling it Mountain Mexican, I may have just done that. It's passable as food. It's a good option when there's nothing else available, but it seems like everybody gets the exact same menu, and you've got the exact same options everywhere you go.
And so I would, man, but I can't remember. I haven't done anything like with or anything except for like one.
Not a bad way to camp right there. Free shipping. Yeah, I'm gonna ditch out of the crowd real quick. We're just gonna cut through. Not get run over. That's what I'm saying, man. Everybody is so freaking nice around here. I've not had to wait for traffic or anything anywhere. Everybody lets you go. Unless you're on the main road, at which point you're dealing with people who are just commuting to and from their daily lives. And they're a little less patient, but it is what it is. It's not a bad thing. You gotta figure, we invade this town every year for a weekend. People do live and work here. I mean, these are residential houses. Not every single one is a hostel. There's a lot of them. But people live here too. People work here. And despite it being a Saturday, they still live and work here. All right, we're gonna cross back over. You've seen the arch. I haven't gotten that far. Oh, Zen Bivy. I didn't see him last time around. Maybe they, oh, that's where one of the big popular things were. Zen Bivy makes a great sleep system if you've never seen it. It's like kind of like an integrated quilt, like half sleeping bag, half quilt. It's really cool. And we are on the Appalachian Trail again. Check this out, white blaze right here. And then the archway, double blazed. Gotta walk through it. And then we'll turn around. That's where this comes into. If you've watched through hikers before and had no idea where anything was, or anything goes, you see that white blaze on the post right there? That's where the trail keeps going. We're gonna go this way. I am not hiking to Georgia today.
You want a rain jacket and you weren't there to throw. And I was like, dude, this is like the sixth guy to come up to me.
Visitor Center and Branch Library. I love that the library is bigger than the town hall. There's the Wheel of Freedom and the Veterans Monument. Love seeing it. I tell you, mountain folk love their veterans, and so do I. So if you're watching and you are one, thank you for your service. There's a lot happening here. They also have sidewalk chalk. You can write things. I don't know if they've washed it off regularly or if it's just not that popular. Kid Rock. I'm assuming that's a trail name, and we're not just fanatical Kid Rock fans where we have to write it in sidewalk chalk. I don't know. Maybe. All right, I'm gonna just shut up and walk for a minute. See, also catch my breath. I've been moving non-stop since I started this. I can't wait to see my step counters. Okay, no, seriously, shutting up.
Drive down there and park and then swim.
Sorry.
And then after swimming, I can.
Yeah. Okay.
I can settle back.
Florida Trail Association. Have you guys done the Florida Trail? Have you ever watched a Florida Trail video? Being a 27-year former resident of Florida, I can assure you I don't like walking outside to get my mail when I'm in Florida. So doing the Florida Trail itself looks miserable, especially since half of it is about knee-deep in water, swampy alligator snake-infested water. So this is more or less of a hiker area. Like, I mean, I know it's all hiker area, but this is really more geared for those that are actually hiking. I think your general public doesn't greatly care about the ATC or the Florida Trail Association. There's another bridge and another beautiful river crossing. Let's take a peek. Drop my phone. Nah, I'm just kidding. How gorgeous is that? That goes through town. Then we're gonna go check out the other side. And I smell campfire. Let's go take a peek here. And for those of you that would ask me why I would ever leave Florida, this is why. Can't lie, there's a bit of an adjustment. Like, there's hills here, which can screw up your ankles if you haven't walked on them in 27 years. But we're getting much better there. Yeah, I was a Florida flatlander. There's a band. I see a fiddle and accordion, other cool things, but they're not making any noise. So onward we go. Private property over there. Barbed wire topped fence. That used to be the Beaver Chemical Company. There's a bit of a factory there making chemicals. I don't think there's anything there anymore except a foundation. But that is privately owned land. So, onward we walk. This right here is Highway 133. That cuts into Shady Valley and Elizabethton, Tennessee. I will be hopping on that when I leave here, which I'm assuming will probably be in like 30 minutes. I'm going to show Tent City. We'll walk back. You can get the view going into town. And then I'll find something to eat and drink and head on out. Unless the lines are way too long, at which point I will just head out and end this video. Don't know yet. I'm flexible, I'm fluid, I'm go with the flow. This is what happens when my wife lets me off the leash for a bit, as I walk 5 miles around town and don't eat lunch. Or eat a late lunch. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe I'll just have an Italian icy and a funnel cake. Like a bad boy. Who knows? But if we're being honest, if that's the kind of bad boy I am, I think everybody's doing okay. And for more honesty, this is a further walk than I thought it was going to be. Town of Damascus Public Works. Yes, it's a driveway. It's a gravel driveway. But there's a metal building there too, as well. So but that's it. It's a small town. Ooh, the wind is picking up, and that feels damn good. Darn good. Sorry. I always try to watch my language. Although, again, we are in public with a rowdy crowd, so you never know what'll happen. Hard to see the church with all the cars in the way. And that might be the first Subaru I've seen. You'd expect more. Oh, nope, there's one right there. The hiking community does not disappoint with the Subarus. Right. Beautiful town, man. Absolutely beautiful town. Free haircuts. One Way Ministries gives free haircuts to hikers. If you've been on the trail and you're a mess, they got you covered. Again, the hiking community, man, is just absolutely awesome. Bathrooms for hikers.
I went home after that, man.
Free showers and laundry. And I don't know if I can actually go in to Tent City without a registered name tag, since I'm not hiking this year or any year. But I can at least show you. I'm not gonna walk in there because it just seems kind of rude. That's where people are staying. Kind of like the little cloth homes, little fabric homes, nylon, rayon, whatever tents are made out of these days. But they all go to the ball field here. You can kind of get an idea. I'll show you at the next entrance. And it has gotten hot in this sun. It's not bad in the shade, but I'm wondering if I'm going to be sunburnt when I get home. I'm betting yes. All right, we'll take a quick peek. I'm not going to go in, but I'll give you a tour. Here we go. Whoops. Not as graceful as I could have been. Let's do a quick walking U-turn.
Bro, no, don't do that, dude.
Look at that. How cool is that? Like I said, I'm not going to get up and in there. I'm not going to trample on people's private property, personal space. Yeah, I know it's a public ball field, but no sense in doing that to people. This is their little bit of shelter from, oh my God, look at the mud on a Subaru, of course. And I can make fun of Subarus. I used to have a Forester. Yeah, that's right. Your boy had a Forester. I actually want another one, man. I love that thing. I'm on the road for work 3 to 5 days a week, going up and down mountain roads. Some just little gravel, 1-lane, half-lane. They look like driveways, but they go on for miles. And I tell you, that Subaru handled all of that and had a better turning radius than my Honda does. Don't get me wrong, I like the Honda, but I won't get another one. I'd probably consider another Subaru. Unless, of course, Honda brings the Element back. We talked about that. The Honda Element, still one of the coolest vehicles ever made. Man, I wish they would relaunch that. Full camping, hiking mode. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but man, you could sleep in that. The seats. I'm going off on a tangent. I'll shut up. Walk back towards town. Give you one last view. God, you hate to see that. Give you one last view and wrap this up. And an ambulance. Sad. Don't even know what happened. Don't like it. Don't know how that sounded for you guys. Sorry if it was a little loud.
All right, we gotta go get some pizza.
Love you, man.
Still a beautiful town, man. Look at that. Mug on a postcard. And this is how you do Appalachia. You just sit on your porch, watch the world go by. Have I showed you a house that hasn't had a front porch? Nah. We're in that part of the world, folks. And I don't know if I've said it already, but if you see people walking around with the red name tags on, those would be hikers. They've got their trail names on them. If you saw me chatting with Trees a little bit earlier, he had one on. I think he dropped an F-bomb too, now that I think about it. Sorry about that, guys. I did hit the not for kids button when I set this live, just because I have no control over what other people around me are saying. And I think we're all adults here. But I still do my best to curtail the language. All right, if you were a cop, would you rather be cruising around on a bike or in an air-conditioned ATV? Yeah, me too. Likely an old general store. I see those a lot while I'm working out rurally here in northeast Tennessee. I would love to know the history of all of them, or be a little fly on a wall in a time machine to go back to like 1950 and see what that was like. Oh, check this out. This dog has a pack. Oh, super cute. Carries his own gear. The way it should be if you're hiking with your dog. Make them carry their own stuff. If you get a strong dog, make them carry your stuff too. Oh, a little bit of wind in this shade feels delightful. It's getting hot out here today. I'll check my mileage and my step counter when I get back. Right before I log off, if anybody cares, because I've just been nonstop moving. I know I hit at least 10,000 steps today. I'd be willing to bet I've gone 5 or 6 miles, which is good for me. It's mostly flat terrain. I mean, it'd be a different 5 miles if it was up and downhill, but this is easy.
He actually gets help.
Heading back into Damascus from Tent City. That is Highway 133 from Tennessee right over there. I know I said that already, but I don't know. I'm not looking at my phone, so I don't know who's popping in, who's not. If anybody's asking questions, I don't know. If anybody has any questions, go ahead and ask. Or if there's something you want to see that you haven't yet, let me know and I'll find it. I will look at my phone before I end this live to see if there's anything happening there. And I'll do the best I can to serve you in that regard. That is the way to travel. I mean, for some of us. I think my wife would hate it, but that's okay. To each their own. That's not a knock on her. I'm sure some of you just looked at that when I said that's the way to travel and were like, it needs to be at least 32 feet with a bathroom. That's okay too. I get it. I wouldn't hate that either. I mean, if we're just being honest here. Yeah, you know I'm an old rock and roll guy when I just thought of Bon Jovi. Yeah, you get it. Some flowers in the river again? Sure, I got you. I just leaned on this metal railing, this rusted metal railing, and it's just 1,000,000 degrees. No worries, guys. Just 3rd-degree burns up and down my arms. Not really, I'm okay, but oof, that was warm. That was warm. All right, back towards the vendor village. Like I said on my way through here the first time, this is when you're coming from Tent City, the first thing the hikers hit. I love this type of camping. I can't afford it, but I don't get to camp as much as I would need to justify spending that money. They are not cheap, and I only get out a couple times a year for a night or two right now. So, cheese and veggie quesadillas. I think I had talked about Mountain Mexican earlier. There's a reason it's right next to the porta potties. Oh, he didn't just say that. Yeah, he did. It's okay. It's the oldest joke about Mexican food on the planet. And again, we're all adults. Even if I don't act like it sometimes. Let's see what we've got. Picking and grinning, front porch on One Way, at One Way. Youth fundraiser, all you can eat pancakes. That sounds delightful. Raise some money for the youth. And I get pancakes? Do you have any idea right now after walking? I'm gonna guess I'll end at least 6 miles. That's not bad, man. An hour and a half? What are we at? 1 hour and 27 minutes, and I've hit probably 6 miles. That's 4 miles an hour. See that? I'm doing math on the go. I'm moving at a good clip. Some of y'all ought to check the comments section on some of my videos and tell me why people are so mean. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm a big boy. I can handle that. Of course, now my shoe is untied. Hit 6 miles, probably 6 miles. We'll check in a minute here and find my shoe is untied. So let's jaywalk real quick, right in front of a cop. Pop back in here. Pay respects to the Veterans Memorial. Oh my God, this barbecue smells so good. In honor of Perry Humphrey. I'm reading it backwards, but that's what it says on that smoker. I don't know who Perry is, but Perry's barbecue smells good. Let's just go this way. So I'm gonna go to that picnic table and tie my shoe. United States Coast Guard. Anybody want story time with Seth real quick? Yeah. I almost enlisted in the Coast Guard. Yeah, we had moved to Florida my senior year of high school. Yeah, I know. I don't have a tripod, so I don't know what I'm going to set this against, but we had... this bench is made out of... This is a child's bench. Look at this thing. This is not sturdy. At least not for me. I think I need to do another 6 miles before I consider sitting on this. Anyway, enjoy the sky and my beautiful double-chin face while I tie my shoe. My dad retired from law enforcement in New Hampshire and moved us to Florida my senior year of high school. We moved from a small town, 1,200 people in my town. My graduating class would have been about 62 people, and that's from 2 towns. That's us and the town over. So I would have graduated 2 towns, about 62 people. Instead, we moved to Florida my senior year. I'm no longer bitter about that. It's okay. I've had time to process it. I'm 46 now, so I've graduated a long time ago. But anyway, moved to Florida my senior year. I was not a great high school student. Not like I'm a moron. I was just not into, and maybe I'm a moron, but I was just not into the material. I was bored. I couldn't study. I had video games, I had baseball, and I had music, and I was into all of that instead of doing my homework and studying. But moved to Florida, and we were in the Fort Myers area, and they had a Coast Guard auxiliary unit right there. And I had no real plans to go to college at the time. I mean, I did eventually, but I had no plans to go to college at the time, and I was going to enlist in the Coast Guard, and they gave me a sheet, and they said, if you want to enlist, this is the stuff you got to do, and 95% of it was get in shape. And I wasn't particularly fat back then. A life well lived caused this problem now, but I ended up not going in because, just like with high school and a lack of desire to pay attention to academics, I graduated high school and I was into work. I managed a Taco Bell 100 hours a week, and all I ate during that time was Taco Bell, and I was just unhealthy and unmotivated and played video games, and decided getting in shape to go into the Coast Guard was not for me. And I don't want to say I live a life with regrets, because I certainly don't. I have zero regrets about the life I've lived. But in hindsight, you know, okay, back to Damascus. My shoes are tied, we're moving. Let's check this out. No camping right next to the, I guess that's technically not camping if it comes down by dusk. I don't know. There was a drum circle going on by the river. It felt very commune, very Jonestown. No, just kidding. Okay, let's get back up this hill. If you're wondering, there's a shelter here in Damascus that you cannot sleep in. That is the Deep Gap shelter. It was removed from its original location and rebuilt here as a testament to the trail, which is kind of neat. It's a living memorial, so to speak. Speaking of living, man, yeah, I kind of want that. Yeah, I want that. Like I said, I don't get out camping as much as I'd like to, but sleeping in a 4-inch memory foam mattress on top of a truck isn't the worst thing in the world, right? Not a bad way to go, not a bad way to do it. Let's check out Z-Packs. I think for the longest time, Z-Packs was the premier tent of Appalachian Trail thru hikers. The Z-Packs Duplex, probably one of the most well-known tents on the Appalachian Trail. Right? You guys have heard of it. Yeah. Available in various shades of blue-green. Ooh, seriously. I keep finding more and more things I want. I want one of these. Look at that. Look how awesome this thing is. I could tow that with my Honda. It's like a little pop-up camper tent. What is that? I can't read it. It's a something go. Sylvan Sport Go. It's like a trailer that just unfolds into a tent. That's awesome. Oh, here we go. Check it out. I think it's actually worship. I love that. I joked about it being a commune, and instead I think they're singing worship songs. See? My sarcasm regularly gets the best of me. We're cutting through the back way at Tent Village. I'm gonna go as far as I can on this little road, turn around, go back to the car, and call it a day. I think an hour and 45 minutes might be long enough. especially, let's check the phone, see what I've got for, I don't know if this, how long this updates, but let's check it. Should we check out the step counter and the mileage? My guess was that I'm at 6 miles and 12,000 steps. That's what it feels like to me. I'm gonna be very, very depressed if it's like 3 miles and like 5,000 steps. Let's get out of the music. Durstons! Another great vent that you see a lot on the trail. Okay. Let's pull the iPhone out of the pocket here. Let's see where I'm at and where I'm going. I gotta buy those Americana Star Spangled striped socks that I saw earlier. And then I'm gonna head on out. Let's see. Where am I at? Can we see this? Okay. 11,783 steps. So I think I said 12,000 and I was off by, what, 200? 5.87 miles walking around in my busted iPhone 13. What's that? What's he filming with? Do you guys want to know? Do you want to know what camera I'm filming this with? When I traded my old camera for my iPhone, I had a Google Pixel 6. And they didn't want it. They said they had no trade-in value whatsoever. But I think the camera on this old Google Pixel is phenomenal. So I ended up getting a business account with T-Mobile instead of a personal account. And they gave me 3 lines, and it's cheaper than what I would have paid for a personal account because I do own a small business. And I kept the phone and barely use it for anything other than videos. Oh my god, that is the cutest dog I've ever seen. Oh my god. If you follow my channel, you know I've got a couple beagle mixes, so I'm very partial to beagles. If you haven't seen my beagle mixes, definitely check out my channel. What are you waiting for? I think I'm awesome. I hope you think I'm awesome. I try to bring you good content. Again, hiking, camping, and eating in Northeast Tennessee and beyond. You should totally subscribe and check out my other videos. See where we hike, where we camp, where we eat. See my dogs. See me and all my awesomeness. I'm hunting down a pair of socks and making sure I hit those 12,000 steps. Because I want to feel accomplished today.
What's worse, watching or...
Oh, we gotta check out the music. I'm sorry, guys. We gotta do it. More sweet dogs. Doggoos.
This amazing community, and they're the reason I'm here today. And I have this song about my dream of communal living that I wrote.
All right, let's check out the music for a second. Hopefully it's not copyrighted stuff.
I'm working my life away. I hope I have enough time today to do some things I want to do, not what the boss man tells me to. Well, my friends, you joke until we cry. We're getting so sick of this modern life. Let's live on commune, this big city in the rear view. A few good folks who are cool crews, hanging when the day is done. We'll grow our own food, build our own damn houses too. We'll forget whose kids are whose. Everyone's everyone. If you wanna commune,
good. Kind of has a Jewel vibe. That's how old I am. Kind of a yodely folk sound to it. She lost me when she said everybody forgets whose kids are whose and that we just all rate that. Yeah, I get it. I know. This is the community I'm in. It's okay. I don't bring politics into this. But you get it, right? Nah, seriously. Okay. Let me go get the socks. I don't remember where they were. All right, let's turn this around. You guys don't want to see me.
But then it was like, they were like, it's 1 in a trillion, it's not Earth.
Okay, it's eased the music, and she just took it in a direction I didn't see coming and made it funny. And she's pretty good. I don't know who she is, but she lives in Nashville. I'll try, if I can figure out who she is, I'll throw it in the comments below, because it's kind of a fun, folky thing. Kayla. I just heard Kayla. I don't... That doesn't narrow it down. Every girl in America is named Kayla these days. All right, I don't remember where those socks were, but I'm gonna find them. And that means it's time to wrap this up, right? No, you guys don't want me to wrap this up, do you? You want me to put on another 12,000 steps, another 6 miles? I don't know if my body can handle that. Again, still an adorably cute town, man. I mean, this place is charming year-round. A little less in the winter, when they get 6 inches of snow and everything grinds to a stop. Still charming. Let's be honest here, still charming. All right, I'm gonna head towards... I don't know. What should I head towards? We're gonna cross here, find a minute. Oh, that breeze. We're gonna find a minute right here of privacy, not in the middle of everybody, so I can do this proper. And what I mean by that is we're gonna wrap it up here. Thank you so much for hanging out and watching. If you've enjoyed this, and I hope you have, go ahead, give me a thumbs up. I wouldn't terribly mind that. If you really enjoy this and you want to see more adventures, hiking, camping, and eating in Northeast Tennessee and beyond. See, we're in Virginia, so that's what the beyond means. Go ahead and subscribe. Free trial, costs you absolutely nothing. Cancel any time. Thank you so much for watching. And until we see each other again, happy trails.